A lot of time, more questions are raised than answered, and people look for places for answer. Is there such a place?
Where did he find the answers? When I look at the heavens, the works of your fingers, the moon and the stars that you have set in place, what is man that you are mindful of him, and the Son of Man that you care for him? Yet you have made him a little lower than the heavenly beings, and crowned him with glory and honor.
Obviously, there are the question of the validity and the reliability of the document. When there is evidence for the fact claimed to be true, knowing that absolute certainty is impossible to achieve in any area, then we can reasonably take it as truth. Is there evidence for the biblical manuscript and the events it talks? The central biblical narrative is about a Nazarene called Jesus. Now, even though his narrative is found both in the Hebrew and Greek parts of the manuscripts, the Greek tells of his life here on earth. There are thousands of copies of the ancient Greek manuscripts, and even some dating from a couple of generations from the events itself. Then, the plurality of the manuscripts from different places and translation to different languages, such as Latin, Syriac, Coptic, and many more, help us to be confident on the reliability of the narrative, because when they are compared, we can know how the original autographs looked like. The small variances when occur doesn't undermine its message. Actually, Norman Geisler and William Nix conclude that the Greek of the New Testament is 99.5% pure. By comparison, many ancient manuscripts have few copies and dating centuries after the events. Homer's Iliad, for example, the next in number to the New Testament, has less than 700 copies, dating from more than a millennia of the events. Bruce Metzger says that even if we lost the Greek manuscripts and the early translation, we could still reproduce the content of the New Testament, from the multiplicity of quotation in commentaries, sermons, letters, and so forth of the early church fathers. That is impressive. As we can see, the narrative of the Bible is reliable in reporting historical events and the claims of the protagonists. The protagonists of the historical narrative use and recognize the Hebrew parts of the manuscripts of the Bible, and his claims were based on it. He recognized that the world was created in the beginning by God, then the universe and the creatures in it. Is the human being a part of a purposeful creation? You're created with purpose. It's reasonable to think this way. By the evidence, I appeal to you when you're holding a Bible in your hands. Be certain that the document you're holding is reliable and the proper place to find answers, an ultimate alternative to the naturalistic perspective. Hi, I hope this third episode was helpful to you. Feel free to share it with friends and family, and if you want to know a little bit more about us and how you can donate or support this Christian production, visit the links on the screen. See you on next episode.